You need to have that music, that yeah, that elevator music.
This is our high tech music.
Stand by. Elevator, yeah.
Are we centered?
Centered enough. Well, yeah. There you go. My
is it 7:30 yet?
Yes, it's 7:30 on the dot, and I think there's one person tuned in. You are the first person.
3.
I'm sorry. Holy moly!
Wait a minute. I'm going to log on so
right.
it counts me too.
Yep. So we're just getting the live streaming figured out here. This is the first live stream that we've done, so there may be technical difficulties with this guy. His whole life is a technical difficulty. So, well,
I resemble that comment.
But we are in the Hammock Hotel, nestled in lovely, somewhere in the suburbs of the Twin Cities, Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul. It is a cold day. It snowed like 8 inches 2 days ago.
You're a little shiny.
It was, oh my, wow. That is Caucasian as it gets. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Wow. I'm offended by that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I resemble those comments.
Here's my bro.
You're so funny. Hey, we got people on there, and I can't read it because it's so small.
That's okay. I got it. He's going to log in. You're going to be able to comment live on this, and we can answer any questions, go any comments. But appreciate you tuning in. If you're anything like us, you've been probably stowed away inside. I know I've been working a lot, and I haven't been able to get out as much. He just got back from the Smokies with the Kentucky boys, Miyagi. Had some other fellers out there, and it looked like a great time. I was supposed to go on that trip, but it just...
Loser.
I know. Life got in the way. Life gets in the way sometimes, you know, and that's just the way it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. Oh, man. That's just life gets in the way sometimes. Oh, man. That's just life gets in the way sometimes. Oh, man. That's just life. Wow.
And back to the program.
That was intense. What was it like on your end of it? So this is the Hammock Hotel. He's setting up his second computer. There's like a whole bunch of monitors, all kinds of stuff. The one thing that we didn't get figured out was the audio. So apologies if it's terrible, but keep in mind, he's the engineer
and
of all this.
Unlike backcountry BSing and the backpacking podcast,
the guys who actually know their shit. I mean,
I don't have $2,000 worth of equipment.
Nah.
This is the microphone on my laptop that you're listening to us on.
Wow.
We'll figure it out if you guys like this. We got a whopping 9 people on there now. So
I'm first. OC 608. I'm first.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Hello from the UP. What's up, Mute Styles?
All right.
Love the UP.
I need my glasses.
There you go. All right. So if you're tuning in, if you've watched the Chewing the Fat series, we essentially chew the fat on different backpacking subjects. We have guests on here sometimes, and we just kind of cover a wide range. We had the idea of doing this live for some reason, so you can see the real-time shenanigans and mistakes and garbage that we get ourselves into.
Let's tell them why we're really doing this. We were supposed to go camping tonight, and we kind of wussed out.
It's gonna be 17 degrees. It's wet. It's snowy.
It's been raining and snowing for 3 days, and I was gonna test out my new tent tonight.
You bought a tent. Hammock guy over here bought a tent.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for it. I bought a tent. I actually bought 2 tents recently. Look at this.
Does that look like $600? Yeah.
Probably.
Woo, it almost carries itself.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how well it sets up. But there's a trip coming up here in just a few weeks. So we're going to be heading west where tents are a necessity. And another thing is you know that Jeremy always chooses the selection of beers. In Coors Light, it's like water with some flavoring maybe in it, but it's pretty weak stuff. So I'm going to change this out.
Head to the rock. What?
I'm going to change this out. I'm not even going to crack it open. Like, why?
I'll take it.
Ooh. All right. Save that for the next year. All right. I went into the liquor store on the way here. And as I walked in, this guy goes, "Hey, would you like to try a sample of Brass Foundry Brewing?" Yes, I would, sir. Thank you. They had a cream ale, I think they're based out of like Long Lake, Minnesota, which is like here in the Twin Cities. It's a cream ale.
What's that lake shaped like?
What?
Long Lake.
Probably like a long
Short and wide.
lake, short and wide, or long and skinny. I don't know. But this cream ale, this has 20 IBUs, which is Imperial Bitter Units, if I'm not mistaken. Do you even know what that means?
No.
5.45% alcohol, which is probably triple the amount of that. But the important thing, it's got some flavor. And Jeremy is going to try a little bit of it. We got a few beers.
I got a good chaser here.
That we're going to try. Here, I'm just going to give you just a little deal there.
You know, people have called me a lightweight, but isn't that what we're all trying to do when we're backpacking?
Yeah, however you want to justify it to yourself. Sure. Cheers. There you go, buddy. All right. One of the big things that we were thinking about, and this has happened to me on the trail, it's happened to him on the trail. It's got a little bit of...
Kind of tastes like Pine Sol.
What? When's the last time you drank Pine Sol?
Well, who needs Listerine?
Right, exactly. It's about knowing when to get off trail. Right?
What's that?
When
I was going to crack a joke about knowing when to get off trail.
When to get off the trail. You had a recent trip where you had to get off the trail.
I did?
You were in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Had to get up.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I'm setting it up for you, and like it's like T-ball, and you can't even hit the damn.
I'm so used to it, you being the one that quits and not me.
Ow. Brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Okay.
Yeah, Colorado. You want me to talk about Colorado?
Yes, please.
Well, let me drink a little before I think about that again.
He does have a Colorado Trail video. For those of you who haven't seen it, he does. You can check out the videos in his channel here. It's on there.
Colorado. I was supposed to be there for a week, do 120 miles. After 4 days, what did I do, like 40 or 60 miles? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The temperature dropped from 80 degrees to like 20 degrees in 24 hours. Got a foot of snow up in the mountains.
Fires were going.
Big fires. They still have huge fires out there now. Now the two fires are going to join each other, and that's all we need is them to team up. So anyway, I had to quit. Came home. End of story.
Yeah. Okay. That was riveting. I'm glad you.
I didn't know we were going to talk about that today.
Yeah, but why not? Why not? What are other? When is it okay to just call it and go in? Obviously, there's a safety factor, but there's some pride there as well. So, when you call it, how bad does it have to get for you to call it?
And it's a little bit different for a YouTuber calling it versus anybody.
How so?
Because when you call it and you have a YouTube channel, you're trying to make yourself look good still. Not look like you wussed out.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Good evening, Miyagi. Thanks for hopping on. We got a couple of comments over here.
Gentlemen, use that word loosely.
Yep. Jeanette D is on here. She's the owner and designer of Tree Hanger Tees. Check that out, Tree Hanger Tees.
This is not a tree hanger tee.
No, but he needs one though.
Well, huh? Yeah, I take a T-shirt.
Exactly.
So yeah, what was your T-shirts that you had from her?
I got I'm silently judging your gear choices.
Accurate.
Yep. And then I also have a shirt that has evolution. Have you seen that graphic of like the monkey evolving into a man? Well, this is like a tent evolving into a hammock for camping. Try it.
So we're going backwards.
Yeah, we are on this particular.
Did we explain to them why we're going to a tent?
No, I didn't. I touched on a little bit, but
so in about a month.
Yeah.
Miyagi, Chuck, better known as Mule, Rob and I are headed to the Grand Canyon for the rim to rim to rim to rim to rim to rim.
Right. Exactly.
So, and I like camping out west, and a lot of times there aren't any trees around. So, gonna have to learn how to sleep in a tent. I have my duplex. It's not the Plexamid Inkblots.
Yep.
It's duplex, most popular tent amongst thru hikers. I did set it up in my backyard. Very nice. And bought a Tensor insulated long wide sleeping pad.
Just like the one I bought. Copycat, Jeremy. exactly.
Actually, I saw it in your hammock. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
those Schill brothers, they aren't full of crap, but this is a nice pet.
Right, exactly. So what do you think of this beer?
It's crap.
You don't like it, but you
Next.
drank it. But you drank it. Okay. Well, you have one too, right? All right, give me that.
Okay. In the spirit of what this year is going like, I've actually had this beer before and didn't like it, but I bought it just for the joke.
Yes.
My Corona.
All right. Well, I've had Corona. This is not even Corona Light. It's actually Corona.
I don't know.
Limited edition. You gonna crack it open?
I'll let you do that since you have these barroom brawl tricks.
Oh, nice. Just a standard water bottle.
We act like we didn't plan that.
Yeah, right. You can use these bottles to pop these open. So, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, right. Been kind of swole. All right, I'll share a little bit of the Corona with you.
Got to put the water bottle back in my bin. Drink, Miyagi.
Yeah, exactly. Garrett Bartholomew, hello, welcome. Who else? Jeb is on there. I know, the plastic cups. Yeah.
I'm used to beer gardens and beer tents.
Exactly.
And I don't like to do. You should know this, Jeb. I don't do dishes. When we go camping, I cook in.
Where's the lime?
Freeze lime, Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, this is even lighter than this. Right? He didn't even like this.
So Miyagi's giving us some crap on here. He says, and there will be no quitting halfway through, or your new trail name will be Helicopter Ride.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't have a ring to it.
No, it doesn't.
And he says, I have zero taste in good beer. Coors Light and Corona do not count as good beers unless it's 100 degrees out and you're doing yard. Well, that's most of the time when I drink.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could even drink a Bud Light Lime after mowing a lawn. That's like the one time it's acceptable. But only one, though. Just okay. One.
Corona.
That's okay. It tastes like a Corona.
It smells like skunk.
It does. Did you buy skunky beer? Okay. Hard pass on that.
All right. Whose idea was it for us to taste beer?
Oh, that's so funny. Well, because our beer game is weak. It's so
that's the way
weak.
I like it.
It's so weak. All right, I'm going to leave this over here. That is crazy.
Corona always smells like crap.
Right, exactly.
Then why do people, like, when they're on a beach, think that they have to drink Corona?
I don't know. It's a lifestyle thing, right?
No, it seriously is Corona, like, more popular in Mexico?
I highly doubt it. Kind of like Foster's isn't really drank in Australia. You don't even know what Foster's is. Man. All right. So what do you want to talk about? You're the one who called for a live session here.
I thought I'd give both of our followers a chance to ask us some questions. So beyond everybody insulting me about beer,
Corona always does.
I'm going back to the Rocky Mountains next year.
Pacifico is better. And Modelo for sure. Inglach, you're on point there. Franta as well. Tom, miss you too, man. Haven't seen you in a little while. We didn't do a fall colors hike this year, but we'll be on it next year. Fall colors hike for sure, 2021.
So I'm just curious. How's everybody doing with Corona? Now, I'm actually working in my office.
The Hammock Hotel.
My Hammock Hotel. This is my office. My desk is like right behind the camera there. But I love working out here. I hope that it'll be permanent.
Rocky Raccoon. He has White Claw, and he thought about bringing it out. I would have drank it. So if you would have brought it out.
I've never tried White Claw.
Oh, you would love White Claw,
but I don't like seltzer water.
What? That's
especially LaCroix water.
LaCroix water. White Claw is, yeah. There's nothing to not like. It's just.
So I live with 4 women, and there's White Claw, and there was another one that was similar to White Claw.
Truly.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I know things. I hike and I know things. That's what I do.
That's because Rob, that's what he drinks at home.
That's what I drink. Hey, I'll drink Claw. There's no law with the Claw. Come on.
No, I was thinking I haven't tried in a while like a hard lemonade, or is there like a hard strawberry lemonade?
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure it is.
With a cute little umbrella in it.
Can you see that? That's a Sociable Cider Works cider based right out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Have you drank a cider before?
Not a hard cider.
Really? Well, you're about to,
I used to not like apple cider, but it's been a while since I've tried it.
Right. But going back to Corona, a lot of people have, been locked down.
Not this Corona.
Out of work. Yeah, nothing out of work. I mean, lives have changed quite a bit. For me, I work with FedEx, and my business has went insane, which is taking me off the trail, taking me out of the woods, taking me off the water for pretty much all summer and all fall. But we're finally adjusting. We're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'll be getting out here pretty soon. I'm excited to hit the trail again because I got a bunch of gear that is just begging to be used, and I'm ready. But I talk to people every day who's out of work because their positions were eliminated, or they're furloughed or anything like that. But there's a lot of people looking for work. So the shipping business is where it's at.
Someone's talking about cream ale. Did we have a cream ale?
We had a cream ale. This is the Brass Foundry cream ale. Someone did mention the Castle Danger cream ale. Before I got into the liquor store, this guy cornered me, so I just bought his instead.
But is it like orange or citrusy or something?
No, not really.
I kind of tasted.
May have.
A little.
Well, this is Skinny Tire Light Apple Cider from Sociable Cider Works.
I've heard of Fat Tire, not Skinny Tire. Okay. I feel a lot of pressure with people looking at me while I'm doing this.
Is it kind of like a shy bladder?
No, this is the best one so far.
I knew you'd like that because it's light and it's nice, and he can drink it nice on a sunny day by himself.
I'm still not a big cider guy, but it tastes better than the Pine Sol.
It's very, very light. I mean, Sociable Cider Works makes a ton of different ciders, a lot of really good stuff. This one's light. This one is the Coors Light of the cider world, in my opinion. It's okay.
So some people were asking about October hiking and winter hiking, and October's almost over here.
Very soon.
I went up on Sioux Hustler a couple weeks ago. It rained the whole time, but that was pretty nice. Fall colors and decent weather. And I don't think I even told you this, that next Friday, a week from today, I am going to...
The 30th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go do the Angleworm Trail.
Really?
In the Boundary Waters.
How many days?
One. Overnight.
Oh, okay.
It's 13 miles. So I'll do like 8 and 5 or something.
I might be able to go to that.
Serious?
Yeah, I might be able to go to that. I'm not sure if I'm invited, but I might be able to go to that.
I'm starting at like 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Well, that's really late.
Well, I'm up there for business the day before and staying.
No, that's right. That's right. No, I might be able to make that. So that would be all right.
Hey, we'll see if that happens.
Old school Little Kings cream ale. I've never even heard of that. Little Kings cream ale. I love the beer suggestions though. I like it.
Yeah, so Miyagi, I heard it was like in Chicago yesterday, it was like 80 degrees out. And tonight in the Twin Cities, it's supposed to get down to like 17 degrees.
It's going to get chilly. Everything has happened for winter a month early. We are 30 days early on all the snow, cold, and everything we've gotten. It's been crazy.
Black Friday camping. Hey, Garrett.
Oh,
Been a while.
Yes.
Opt outside.
Yes.
Only if you bring that big heavy metal pan.
That skillet
and like 20 pounds of potatoes again.
He will. He for sure will. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You got land.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting to get out there. Let's do it.
Do you have trees for hammocks?
Yes. Yeah, of course. He's not going to buy property without trees. Garrett, yeah, not a chance. You know what he got is probably pretty stellar. So, all right, that'll be all right.
Isle Royale cream ale. If you like cream ales.
All right, I'll give it a look. Cream ales are good. They're okay.
Is there such a thing as a Coors Light cream ale?
No, but you'd probably buy it.
I wanted to rinse it with a little water.
Oh gosh, my goodness.
So, yeah. So you went out to the Badlands, right?
I went up to the Badlands, yep, with a buddy of mine, and he wanted to take a bunch of nighttime photography shots, sunrise, sunset. So I was able to get out of work for a little while, and we did this trip on very, very little amount of sleep, but it was awesome. I have a video of that trip. I'm sure he'll post it down in the description, right? Sure. Of the Badlands, but that was kind of like the only trip I've been on for this year. And I just love just being out. You know, we did a lot of hiking. It was good. Just hanging out in South Dakota has just been fantastic. So, but I'm itching to get out some more. Absolutely.
So, interestingly enough, when I went to the Boundary Waters, I tried using my camera in the rain and I destroyed it.
I heard something about that. Electronics and rain, generally not a good mix.
I don't know. I was getting brave. I've had that camera for a long time and it's been through a lot of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, it'll take it. And
got a little confident on it.
So it busted and I'm doing all this research because I was going down to the Smokies and I had to get a new camera for that. And what I don't like about my iPhone, and you have iPhone 11, right?
I have an iPhone 11 Pro.
And I still have the 10, is I took that to Colorado like a couple years ago, and just the mountains and the scenery, it didn't shoot real well.
Yeah, you can't really, it's hard because it's got a very shallow depth field.
And the nighttime, like campfire, that sort of stuff wasn't that good. But the 11s, I don't know if Amy Rout is on here, but she just did a video where they did the John Mural Trail.
Yes.
In Colorado.
The video was amazing.
And her fiance shot the whole thing with an iPhone. And I couldn't believe it because it did the mountains and it was crisp. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that iPhone 11 and...
So you're trying to say since I use an iPhone 11, why don't my videos look that good? Swag on the trail. What's up?
Well, you limit what you shoot with your iPhone because you know what the iPhone does well.
Oh, yeah.
So, you don't try to do a lot of those panoramic shots.
Right.
You do a lot of shots of your ugly mug and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I like looking at myself.
I like hearing yourself, too.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So, but I'm thinking, so I bought this camera from this shifty guy in Wisconsin.
You got to watch those Craigslist ads, man. You meet him like in the parking lot of like a Lowe's or a Camping World or something, man. Yeah. These people.
And he had like all this white powder in the passenger side of his seat. I don't know what exactly that was, but
probably Baker.
No, it's this guy that pretends like he goes backpacking sold me his camera used. So but
it looked like it worked out all right.
It worked out all right, and it actually works a lot better than it's the exact same camera I had. But this one's a lot cleaner and runs a lot better.
So it hasn't been used very much?
Well, yeah, it's only used when you go backpacking, right?
Exactly. That's brutal.
So, but anyway, my plan is I'm going to use that camera to get me through the winter here, and I think next summer I'm going to do the iPhone 12.
Okay. I'm actually going to upgrade to the iPhone 12 myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the only problem is with the iPhone, opposed to my other camera, is it doesn't have a flip screen. So you can't go just with the Ultra Pod.
Right.
Start carrying a
tripod again. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, on my YouTube channel, I shoot everything with an iPhone. And I get messages, what kind of phone, what kind of camera equipment you're using? And I tell them iPhone. And then they instantly disregard me. They're like, oh, okay. Click. So I don't know if my footage just looks that good or if I'm just that awesome of a cinematographer. It's probably the latter. But evidently it looks good enough for them to ask me what I'm using. iPhone 11 Pro.
Toots in the house.
Toots in the hizzy.
So just a little teaser. If you know Toots, congratulations. If you don't, I'm sorry. But Toots is going to join us for a Chewing the Fat week from Tuesday.
Yep, he'll be on the episode. Yeah, coming up. Yep.
November, whatever that Tuesday is that we're all going to vote for on.
Oh, voting day. Yeah, he'll be on voting day. Exactly.
So I look forward to that conversation.
Grumpy Grunt. Yep. Exactly.
I'd like to know how Grumpy Grumpy Gunt. What's his name?
Grumpy Grunt.
What's in this beer you're giving me?
Exactly. What does Shannon say?
How did he get his trail name? Grumpy.
I don't know. The IAT Mammoth Hiking Challenge this month. Ooh. I'm trying to do a bunch this week. 40 miles? I gotta get some more details on that. The IAT. Oh, Ice Age Trail. Dude, come on. Get with the program.
So in March, I'm going to turn 50. And I'm thinking on my 50th birthday, I'm going to hike 50 kilometers.
Why kilometers?
Because I can't do 50 miles.
That was a good setup. Nice job. Nice job. You should do 50 miles.
It's not possible.
It absolutely is possible. You have to actually get up and do it, though. Can't sleep until 9.
So in March, looking for a relatively easy trail. You know, I can't go up and do Spear Hiking Trail in March because it'll still be icy.
Yeah.
So where do I go?
Why don't
Why don't you guys tell me? Where should I go end of March to do 50 yards and call it a day?
50 yards. 50 yards, call it a day.
So Toots, my friend from Canada, is on here. We're hiking one day, and we always have the argument about the imperial system versus the American system, and you know, kilometers, kilograms. And Toots says to me, "Okay, dude, I figured out what an inch is and a foot is and a mile. What the is a yard?"
Exactly, a yard.
I censored myself there, but he's got a point. I kind of wish that we convert to kilograms and
What, you like the rest of the world? That doesn't make any sense. It'd probably make a lot more sense. Meters, grams, but some people still use feet and inches when it comes to height. Like over in, I think the UK, they use feet and inches for that, but they use, you know, they also use centimeters and kilometers and kilograms and, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, interesting.
Ice Age Trail, 40. Me too. 25 done. 25. Oh, you're doing it right now.
Oh, dig it. Yeah, I like it.
Where at on the Ice Age Trail? How far? Where in Wisconsin? Because I know there's a wide variance in how much snow is out there. Like we got most of the snow here, and the western side of Wisconsin has more snow.
Pictured Rocks. There it is. There's your 50 kilometers right there. That trip got canceled on us. I need to get to Pictured Rocks for sure.
But I don't know if I can do Pictured Rocks at the end of March. Won't there be snow and ice up there still?
You can do anything. You just got to sack up and do it.
I don't want to be walking really fast on ice after I already broke my wrist once.
You got crampons, right? Or micro spikes, whatever.
You're giving me crap about whining, telling me I have tampons.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about a month from now.
Braids in the house.
Braids?
Are you talking about Toots? Toots has braids now.
He does. He has braids.
Anything.
I have no braids.
He'll do anything.
I look like a thumb with eyes.
This is like the longest my hair's been in like 2 years.
Get a job, you hippie.
I know. I challenged Rob and our buddy Mule to no shave November on the top of your head.
Oh my goodness. That would be something. I would have Jean-Luc Picard like big time.
Mule quickly denied that request.
That's funny.
These guys don't want us to see how bald they really are.
Exactly.
A little bit.
So how did this rim to rim come about? Whose idea was it?
You know how it came about is we did that Chewing the Fat like 3 months ago of which trails would we like to go on.
That's right.
And I said, you know, we named them all off, and I was like, why are we waiting? Why don't we do one of these?
Yeah, and then we just did it.
So I looked for rim to rim, and we got the other two guys that want to join us, and then I applied for a permit and got denied. And then Miyagi seems to know how to twist people's arms, and he got a permit.
You old charmer, you.
You and Tooth should meet up sometime because you both charm. But you know what?
I'm not sure
And
if
you
you're
know
trying
what?
to insult me or not.
And you know what? You know what else those two have in common? Toots farts the most frequently of anybody I know.
Oof.
And Miyagi's farts smell the worst out of anybody I know.
If we get Miyagi and Toots together, we're going to need to for sure camp away from them and hike ahead of them, which is not easy to do. Hiking ahead of those guys would not be easy to do.
Just kick them in the shin and go.
Yeah, or just lag way, way behind, which I would probably do. Yeah. Toots and Miyagi. That's a hell of a pungent combination.
So, you guys got any ideas if we do more chewing the fats here? What you want us to talk about? Any sort of topics?
Yeah. Is there anything you care enough to listen to us shoot the crap over? Because we, by all means, aren't experts in backpacking. We've just done it a lot. We've got experience with a lot of gear. We've just gone out and done it, which just naturally makes us educated on those things. How we learned from any of those lessons, not all of them. We still make those mistakes, right? But
Garrett wants us to just play cat videos.
You know what? You get more views than this is going to get.
I'm allergic to cats, so it's not going to happen. I do have 3 dogs now.
Yes, you do. The little one. Yeah, I saw it the other day. Yep.
So my wife and 3 daughters all conspired against me
Mm.
and bought a dog without my permission. And they knew about it for like 2 months before
Of course.
it actually came.
Wow. What did you
And they
special
just-
order it on Amazon?
But they came in holding this cute little puppy.
And what are you supposed to say?
And
Get that thing out of here?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say, but I knew I wouldn't win, so why have a tantrum?
That's okay. You just save that. You put that card that they gave you to play later deep down in your pocket. So when you go to play it later, they deny you. That's the natural way of things, my friend.
I'm just thinking what I could buy to surprise them.
New car?
No, I already do that every other month, it seems like. Oh,
Bridge hammocks. I did see someone post that. Yeah, bridge hammocks.
what are they?
Bridge hammocks are the most comfortable hammock. You know, aside, from, was it Trailcraft? Trailcraft makes probably the most comfortable hammocks.
Yeah.
Right?
They're a ripoff.
Right.
You know what I'm excited to tell everyone? So I went backpacking with all these guys down in the Smokies, and I saw these YouTubers, and they're all bragging about all these cheap Chinese companies that keep on emailing them.
Connex?
Yeah, Gonex.
Gonex.
Yeah, Team Jeremiah. But all these companies keep on bugging them about all this cheap Chinese gear that they want to give them and have you do a review on.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, man, I must not be very popular. I've hit the big time.
Ooh.
Yesterday, I got an email from a Chinese company asking me to review their hammock. And the guy's name was like, the email is like Chad Larson or something. And you can tell the email was done through like an interpreter or something because it didn't make any sense. But I typed on their Amazon link and it was some $29 hammock.
So when does it arrive?
There'll be a video on it next week.
Now, if you order that won't be here until for 9 months.
They said they were going to pay me though.
Oh, wow.
But I have a little bit of integrity left. So,
well, what if it's the best thing you've ever tried in your whole life?
no, it was like a cheap version of an Eno hammock,
Oh, I see.
and it weighed like twice as much.
Worth it.
But it was a hammock with tree straps.
Oh, well, okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well, congratulations on making it into the big time, buddy.
Big time.
Yep. I do think top 5 backpacking YouTubers that we'd like to hike with that we haven't hiked with, that'd be an interesting one. In a Q&A, Crystal, yeah, I agree. A general Q&A would be good.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, a live Q&A, but we could do a setup Q&A as well. So
Fire off. Give me some questions. Yes, Rob is as handsome as he appears.
no, more so.
One of you guys should take a trip with only using cheap Chinese gear.
I would do that. I would for sure do that. Like I would love to do a video series on, 50 miles on whatever trail with only like Walmart gear, or Target gear or whatever. I think something like that, because 50 miles, you can tell if this gear is gonna just crap out on you. And, you know, whether it's, you know, all the way from your boots to your hat to your backpack to your tent, everything, food, everything from Walmart, that would be interesting. I'd be very curious on what we could come up with on a backpacking trip.
So Jeb is asking, do you find it hard to find the right spacing for your bridge hammocks with a larger tarp? Not until recently. I did when I was in the Boundary Waters, and we had to stealth camp because in the Boundary Waters you're not required to share campsites.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
And I was having a hard time. So, you know, with a bridge hammock, for people that don't know, we have a 13-foot ridge line for our tarps, which means the trees have to be in excess of 15 feet apart.
18 to 20, preferably. That's a pretty big span.
So, plus with our tarps, they're wider than a normal tarp as well.
Yep.
So you need that lateral space as well. So, I have a video coming out on this Tuesday on my tarp and how I think it may be the perfect tarp.
Really?
Yes.
Sounds like a copycat video straight from Midwest Backpacker.
But you know what? Wait and see.
Okay.
It's not anything like that video that you tried to do on a tarp.
Okay, well, I just went over all the specs and why it was possibly the best tarp for a bridge hammock, for a War Bonnet Ridge Runner bridge hammock. So
I would agree with that, but mine was geared towards all hammockers, not just bridge hammocks.
Right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, mine was specifically, this is why this tarp works for a bridge hammock. Yeah, exactly. Shannon Douglas, we should be backpacking guides. Love to get more experience on good trails and learn from you guys. We should do a YouTuber meetup. So like 3 of you could show up.
We wouldn't need a multi-group campsite.
I would totally be down though. I would do that for sure.
Yeah. I need some security though.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm kind of big time.
You're kind of, yeah.
That Chinese.
Yeah, you got the Chinese, and then you've been recognized on trail like 4 times. That's like.
You know how.
I mean, you're no swag on the trail.
You know how excited we get when somebody recognizes us on the trail.
They don't recognize me.
Well, the only time people recognize me is when I'm on the Superior hiking trail.
Ah, I see.
So
I get recognized in public places a lot. Hey, are you the guy that owes me money? No, that's not me. That's fine. And Walmart, yeah, hashtag Walmart. That would be awesome. Ozark Trail, that would be awesome. Now, Swag, I think you were just at Frontenac, I believe. I didn't get a chance to watch that video. Frontenac's a pretty cool little park. Hopefully you headed up to the bluff. What is the bluff? Something? Barn Bluff?
Oh yeah,
Barn
Red
Bluff.
Wing.
Yeah, Red Wing. Yep, exactly.
Miyagi's saying that if you do a YouTuber meetup, you could hand out your business cards.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, if you ever meet me on trail, a lot of times I'm filming and people ask me, "Oh, what are you filming?" I'm like, a YouTube channel. So yeah, I legit made business cards, right? And I give them to them, and then they throw them away right in front of me. It's great.
We're with all these YouTubers in the Smoky Mountains, and a gal walks in, and we're shooting YouTube, and she, I do a YouTube, and he does a YouTube, and he does a YouTube, and she asks, "What's your YouTube channel's names?" And I said, Midwest Backpacker, and he said, Miyagi on the Trail, Jeremiah Stringer Hikes, Jason, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, "Oh, I just remember Midwest Backpacker." And I said, "Well, just look at his video, and you can figure out all the rest of them."
Nice, exactly. So, exactly. I should probably change my channel name for something a little bit better. But
I've been trying to talk Rob into changing his YouTube name for a couple years now.
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I do have business cards.
I think that your name of your channel should just be Rob Pelton Outdoors or Rob Pelton Hikes, kind of like John Kelly or Dan Becker.
Just do Rob Pelton.
Yeah,
Robert Pelton.
Robert Pelton. Or hikes or outdoors, or
I could do that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. What do you think? What should I name my channel? If you haven't subscribed to my channel is R Pelton 1, and that's just what it's been for a while. And I didn't realize that I'd have like 3,000 people following my channel. Like there's 3,000 people who want to watch my dumbass. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. So should I change my YouTube channel name? Let me know. Should I put out a poll or something? I don't know. Pelton Backpacking, PP.
You're a PP.
Pelton Packing. That could have a negative connotation
Yeah,
to it.
you could start your gun channel.
R Pelton 1.5. I did have someone change their Instagram to R Pelton 2 once.
You're number 2 in my
Yeah,
book.
right. That's funny.
Good day, guys.
Good day. Tent hut, yeah. Well, hammock hiking instead. However, conditions here in Australia.
Australia,
yep,
woo!
yep.
We're big time.
Right. So Clive, there's a YouTuber in Australia named Clive. Awesome guy. Does a lot of hiking videos and with hammocks too. You can check him out. CDP Outdoors is who he is. We're in for mat hiking.
Hey, Drop Bear, what time of day is it in Australia right now?
Are they thinking in the future, right?
I don't know. It's got to be kind of a weird time of day.
So when you say mat hiking, you can put a pad in the War Bonnet Ridge Runners, especially the double layers. There's a sleeve underneath. You can slide a pad right underneath. And for Australia, it'd be absolutely perfect. No need for an underquilt. It'd be perfect and comfortable.
11 a.m. on Saturday.
Wow. So they're
ahead of us.
Yeah, like 13 hours, 14 hours, something like that. Wow. Interesting.
And they're in the southern hemisphere, so it's like summer. Right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. R Pelton Outdoors. That could work. R Pelton might finish a hike.
What's I don't know. Well, why do you have to have R Pelton?
I don't, just because I needed to change it, and that's just what I just threw on there.
Would you change it to Rob Pelton or Robert Pelton?
I don't know. Rob Pelton, Robert Pelton. I don't know. R Pelton Outdoors.
I go hiking.
Krusty on the trail. Oh, Krusty on the trail.
Well, it's accurate
Yeah,
too.
it is sometimes. Exactly. That's funny. What else?
My daughter uses a Kamak
Pongo.
Yep. Pad. Never heard of it.
Yep.
Bobby Pelton.
Bobby Pelton backpacking. No. It's amazing. Like I tell people, hey, what's your name? I say, hey, I'm Rob Pelton. They go, oh, hey, Bob. I'm like, hey, dumbass. I said my name is Robert because if you start yelling, Bob, name that. I won't answer. I won't know who you're talking to. Yeah, it's Rob, Robert, or dumbass. I respond to those.
Hey, Bob. Hello from West Virginia.
Well, West Virginia, Turtle Crawford. Where were you in the Smokies?
We went from Smokemont Campground up to Klingman's Dome.
What state?
I believe it was Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right.
Miyagi. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tennessee, right?
What part of the trail goes through West Virginia?
So, I don't know.
Well, if someone knows that, let us know that.
We were on the AT for like a half a mile.
Oh, okay. Okay, then you were on like spurs or what?
No, it's just they got all sorts of trails that are the AT.
All right, fair enough.
So we were in North Carolina.
Close enough.
So what we did is I drove. Miyagi lives about an hour north of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I drove to his place 5.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drove 10.5 hours to where we're going.
Interesting.
All night, slept for like 2 hours.
Miyagi's not afraid to drive. That dude, and trips. They'll go.
So he got 2 hours of sleep, and we climbed over 3,000 feet the first day.
Mm.
What's nice though is after being in Colorado, going up those mountains in the Smokies was easy. I was like leaving everybody in the dust. I don't know if Hunter's on here. Hunter said he was going to join, but haven't seen him yet.
If he does.
Hunter and I were chit-chatting and kind of leaving everybody in our
You were
dust.
leading the pack, were you? You feel like a big man? Big man? What are you, a big man?
Well, so I'm going hiking with all these YouTubers, and some of them I didn't know, and some of them were a lot younger than me.
I think a lot of people are younger than
Well,
you.
they were all younger than me. Mr. Backpacking with Jason Sir was the person that was closest to me in age. So I was a little worried about being the slow guy. So when we went up that first hill, I'm like, "Whoo, I'm not the slow guy."
I'm good. Who was Jason? The slow guy?
What happens in the Smokies stays in the Smokies.
What do you mean? There's like 5 videos of this trip.
But yeah, it was.
Okay, fair enough. Just as a refresher too, we did a couple of different beers this time. We started out with a Brass Foundry Cream Ale. It was okay.
Yeah.
He didn't care for it. Oh, wait. No, I should say we started off with Coors Light first, right? Which he's nursing, by the way. He's going to need a nipple for this here in a minute.
It's because I'm rinsing all this other crappy beer out of my mouth with the Coors Light.
Then he brought in the Corona. Smells funky.
It smells like a skunk.
It does smell like a skunk. Then after that, I introduced him to the world of ciders. This is a sociable cider work. This is a very light cider.
Not a stringer.
He didn't like that. You didn't mind that, right?
It's the best of the non-Coors beers
thus far. Okay,
and it's not even a beer, is it?
No, it's a cider.
Yeah,
it's a cider. Yeah. So this is a departure. This is a darker beer. This is a Michelob Amber Bock. Okay, this you might be surprised with this beer. I hope, or you might absolutely hate it. I don't know. We shall see.
What's the brewery that's in New Ulm, Minnesota?
New Ulm Brewery?
I don't know. No, I can't remember. Help me out. What do they brew in New Ulm, Minnesota? There's like a brewery there. We went there with our family once on like a camping trip near there. My wife who doesn't like beer, liked like the dark beers.
I do like dark beer. So this is an Amber Bock. This is a good, smooth, darker beer. I mean, it's not like a porter, but it's a Bock. Give that a shot.
Old Milwaukee.
Ooh, Old Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's hams, best.
Little pig's eye.
There's not a whole lot of smell to it. It's inviting.
Wow. It doesn't have any smell or flavor. I'm going to like this. That's not bad, right?
It's the best one so far.
Okay, you like that one so far. Michelob Amber. I got a 6er. I'll give you 1 or 2.
I didn't say that. It's kind of a low standard here compared to.
So yeah, so I'm trying to broaden his horizons, but it doesn't even matter because it always goes back to Coors Light.
I could drink this if it was really hot out or something.
Really? Okay.
Like if I was thirsty.
Sure. Want me to top you off? There's only a little bit left.
No, I'm good because we got another one in there to try.
Oh, we do? Oh, yes, we do.
And,
okay.
I don't have to drive.
Yeah, I got. So I got to take.
I do have to ref 6 basketball games tomorrow. So.
Shane,
Shells,
Bunzo, Greenbelt Primo. Yeah, out of the tap. Bottle's not so much. Tap though, pretty good. And Buenzo, I think I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize.
Shells and Greenbelt are the ones in.
Oh yeah, Shells Greenbelt. Shells Snowstorm is pretty good. They changed the recipe of beer. It's pretty good. Goat Ridge, don't even know who they are. Shoal, yeah.
I think they miss
Shells. Shoal.
Toots. Shoal.
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 Isn't that what the Vikings say? Shoal.
Yeah.
Shoal.
Try skull. But whatever. Aren't you a Vikings country?
Don't fumble. Let's lose. Woo!
Woo, cousins.
Go back. Go.
That's funny. Benzo.
Is that a beer?
No, it's Shane's last name, Benzo. I took it a little bit too phonetically. So yeah. Isn't it funny how the word phonetic isn't phonetic?
I'd like to wear my glasses, but it looks really weird in the lights. So
that's right.
And hi there.
What do I look like with glasses? Let's see. Oh, everything's so clear. I'm just kidding. I got a headache. So, tell me, how does that make you feel?
It does make you look smarter, but that's a low standard.
Yeah, it is, right? I'll take all the help I can get. I did shave, though. I just decided I got a new trimmer and I decided to shave. And I don't think I like it. I think I like a little bit of stubble. Because seriously, it's just like this big, blank, smooth surface. There's just not much. There's not much going on. Look, there's just nothing.
Benzo says you look cross-eyed.
What if I was cross-eyed?
Time to grow the winter beard. Yeah. I started mine last week.
I mean, this is about a week now.
It is pretty weak.
It is. It's about a week.
It's weak.
It is weak. But hey, I'm not a hairy guy. Sorry. I'm not a Miyagi.
Miyagi's growing his beard out.
Bear on the trail. Is he?
Yeah.
He gets it big.
So you got to grow it out before we go to
Zona?
Rim to rim to rim to rim to rim.
Yep. For those of you who don't know, we got a rim to rim to rim to rim hike coming up in Arizona. That's down in the Grand Canyon. We're gonna be hiking down into the big gorge, into the big ditch. The big ditch. I think that's what Chucker called it. So yeah.
Trim the beard and sport the stash till Thanksgiving. You know what? I have some pictures of like No Shave November when I had just a mustache. And I coached my daughter's basketball team, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade girls. Dude, I looked like such a perv.
You're that guy. You're that Florida man. A Florida man. That's your picture.
I'd be walking down the hallway and parents would go, come over by me.
Like, pull their purses close. That's
boom,
funny.
chicka, bow, bow.
Exactly. And for those of you who do follow my channel as well, I haven't put out a lot of videos lately. I've just been so darn busy. I've been trying to put out what I can. It's been kind of killing me not being able to get out on trail as much, but I do got some stuff planned, some shorter stuff planned. But looks like the schedule is going to open up a bit, so I'll be able to enjoy some outdoor time. So, and also, what do you think? YouTuber meetup? Who's up for a winter camping trip? This guy. Winter camping trip. This guy?
Sure.
Yeah, don't be scared of winter. Winter is an awesome time. Why? There's nobody out there. There's no bugs.
We won't hike a long ways.
It's quiet. There's no bears. Yeah, we don't hike a long way. Winter is an awesome time to go camping.
I think like
Awesome.
Onion River campsite on the Spear Hiking Trail would be a good spot.
Absolutely.
You
And
only
if the
walk
border
in
opens,
like a half a mile flat.
perfect.
Bunch of trees for hanging.
Yep. And then Toots can come down. He can hop the border and just shimmy his way on down.
Meet up on the SHE. So I got to go back up here. Someone had a good comment that I wanted to. Someone was saying I started No Shave November in June, and I have a bit of a patchy shadow.
Nice. That's about where I'm gonna be. So I'll do No Shave November. It's not gonna look any much different than this. So I'll do it. Why not?
More Coors Light. Okay.
Oh man, bluegrass, backcountry music.
Hey, he was on our Smoky Mountains.
Nice, dig it. I like it.
Nice guy. Yo, what's up? Almost.
How's winter and where?
So
Cold, snowy.
bluegrass backcountry music just went up to Michigan with his buddy and did a little bit of hiking. So he has a YouTube channel. You should check it out.
What's it called?
It's called Bluegrass Backcountry and Music.
There you go. Boom. There it is.
But he and I walked together a bunch.
Franta, we're in.
We kind of got ahead of everybody. Franta. Yep. So Jeb, you're in Toots on the Trail. Winter meetups are always a good time. Too bad you can't come.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if you're a little apprehensive about going winter camping and you want to come along, like on a group hang or something like that with us, between me and him and some of our other guys, we got gear for you. You're not going to be cold. We'll keep you warm.
I think that we should do it sooner rather than later. By no means, we don't want to do a cold. What's it called? Zero. What's the one that they do up there?
Frozen butt hang.
Frozen butt hang. We don't want to do that.
Last
we
year,
aren't that hardy.
Frozen butt hang was brutal. Last year it was like 50 below zero. As far as using a tent in the wintertime and like getting your stakes in the frozen ground, sometimes you can get stakes in the ground, but a lot of times if there's snow, you literally use snow anchors. If you ever seen people who pitch tents like out in the desert, they tie their pullouts to like rocks and things. Well, here you can either use sticks or you can tie your tie outs to these, bury these in the snow. These will freeze, and your tent will hold just fine. The same thing with tie outs for your tarp, tie outs for your tent.
Other option is just a big spike.
Yeah, big spike, but you're gonna have to carry a hammer with you too. But in the wintertime, you're not putting on big miles. But we can throw some snowshoes on, see how that goes.
But I mean, if we're going to the Onion River campsite, you don't need snowshoes.
No, that's true.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Rob made fun of me in his video because I was wearing snowshoes and like a little girl ran by in flip flops or something.
Yep.
So
carrying a doll with a Capri Sun.
Yeah. So Milos won't come if it's not at least -10. It was only 37 below, Tom Francis says.
Was that straight temp, but with wind chill. I think it was colder than that. But I noticed you guys didn't do a polar plunge last year either.
And notice you didn't stay 2 nights.
Right.
So
well, we'll be with Milos again pretty soon. I'd love to get Milos, Toots, Miyagi all together. That would be something.
So I did buy last winter. This is a -20 underquote for my bridge hammock.
A -20.
But I'm having some problems now because I have a 20 degree and a negative 20 degree.
You don't have anything in between?
I don't have anything in between.
Interesting.
So
I just picked up a new 20 degree underquilt. I have an old 20 degree underquilt. It's kind of old. It's lost a lot of feathers, so it's more like a 30 degree underquilt now. So I got a nice new Local Libre underquilt for my bridge hammock. I don't know if I'd ever go minus 20. I would probably sweat like a beast in that thing because I'm a kind of a nuclear hot sleeper. But I do like underquilts on bridge hammocks. There's no fidget, zero fidget factor. What do we got? Okay.
you don't want that water bottle in there.
He brought out the Leinenkugels Oktoberfest, Belgian. Oh, excuse me, German style Marzenbier.
Leinenkugels is made in Wisconsin, right?
Yes, yeah, it is. 5.1% alcohol by volume. All right, let's drink some Oktoberfest.
You need to bring some Fireball, and everybody will stay warm.
True story.
True dat.
True dat.
Who is Chuck?
Chucker?
Chuck? There's a show about 5 years ago called Chuck.
Yeah, I remember
That is not our Chuck. Chucker.
Chuck 17, Chuck Wagon.
Chuck. We go hiking a bunch with Chuck.
I know, I like Chucker.
Who is Chuck?
Yeah, Grumpy Grunt stacking quilts. It absolutely does work, for sure.
That's what I do when it's super cold out. I have a 0 degree top quilt and a 20 degree top quilt, and I'll put one inside of the other one. So, man, we look like alcoholics here.
We're so far from alcoholics. You could drink 35 of these and never be an alcoholic.
You know what? Rob gives me crap about being a lightweight, but
what?
He doesn't drink that much.
I'm not a big drinker at all. This is more that I've drank in the last 6 months, which is like 2 ounces of this, 2 ounces of this, 2 ounces of this.
So, okay. So this is Leinenkugels Oktoberfest.
Put that up in the center. There you go.
Let's get rid of all these empties.
But that's our beer collection.
We'll look like alcoholics in our backdrop here. All right. Did you try it yet?
No, I haven't.
This smells a little like that cream ale.
A little bit. It smells much better than the Corona. That smells like feet and skunks feet. Jeb, you are right. The SHT this year has been crazy crowded. I'm linking hiking, camping, outdoor activities as the new fad right now. I keep saying it's the new yoga. It's the new.
You know how girly you do when you tell
whatever. But that's what it is. Everyone is like, get out, and I love it.
Do you do yoga?
I do actually. You know, a nice vinyasa. That's complete. You could not do yoga.
Downward dog.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, try yoga one time. It'd kick your ass. But the trail is super overcrowded, and I love the fact that people are getting outside and liking it. But I'm afraid that a lot of people are doing it for the gram. To be honest with you, I see a lot more garbage on the trail. I see a lot more disrespect on the trail. I've even heard stories of people being chased out of campsites because a group moved in and they claimed it was their site. That's not how it works. You're supposed to be out there to enjoy the trail, enjoy the environment. It's out there for everybody.
What do you think would happen if I came into a campsite and someone told me that I couldn't be there?
Set up 14 centimeters from their tent.
It's happened.
Mm-hmm. I've been there.
Like Agnes.
I remember that.
Suck it.
Right, exactly. Minus 54. Yeah, there's no crowds. Wintertime. Yeah, wintertime camping. There's nobody out there. Nope. Because the gram pictures don't look as good. The grams. Yeah.
But Jeb was just up on Angleworm a few weeks ago, and I took his boys in another trip up in the Boundary Waters too. So that's a good haul because Jeb lives over in Alexandria. So
that's right.
Way over there.
That's right.
But
and you are right. The trails. Well, I mean, a lot of the state parks here in Minnesota were closed. They even closed the Spear Hiking Trail for a little while. But even so, before they closed, I think it's just because people couldn't do normal things. So people just naturally gravitated outside because there weren't mask mandates outside. So people naturally said, hey, let's go. But there's been an uptick of kids going outside and having fun and putting their phones down, putting their game consoles down. So I think that's a step in the right direction. Could you just not be there when I'm there?
Yeah.
That's terrible. I shouldn't say it, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Or be there the night before I was at that campsite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Exactly. Yep.
That beer you're drinking, do they have a flavor called Summer Shanty?
Yes, they do. It's one of their big sellers. Summer Shanty, Lining Kugels. Yep.
So hit us up with some more questions, or I think we're going to be done here pretty quick. Anybody have any big camping trips coming up soon?
Anything coming up? I mean, maybe it's not freezing cold where you are. Is it nicer? Do you not mind the cold? Are you way far north? Are you south? Are you east? Are you west? What do you got coming up? Let us know. Put a comment.
So, like I said, this is our first attempt at doing the live. May not sound and look the best, but we'll get those wrinkles worked out.
Yeah, for sure. The audio especially.
So,
Jeanette, worst thing you've ever eaten on trail?
oh, it's not on trail. Boy,
Eating some bad things.
there's a time in the Ozark Islands when I opened up my pack on the first day and all my beef sticks were moldy.
Not just moldy, like growing moldy. Like you could take cultures off this thing, man. Yeah, that was disgusting.
So the lesson learned there is when you have jerky or summer sausage, it doesn't have to be refrigerated until you open the package.
Right.
So like if you're mailing out a resupply, keep it in the original package and don't like cut it up and put it in a baggie. So
that's funny.
That and you had not guacamole, but an avocado in your resupply box.
I bought an avocado because, you know, we were doing 100 miles and we had resupply halfway. So I bought an avocado, a really hard, unripe avocado. I stuck it in my resupply box, shipped it down to Arkansas, and didn't realize, just kind of didn't do the math in my head. It's going to be 12 days before I get there. So when I finally got to the resupply, I was dreading what that avocado was going to be like inside the rest of my food. Because in my mind, an avocado, those good fats and, you know, just to eat like while you open up your resupply, it was basically liquid inside the skin. So when I took it out, I mean, you could, I mean, it was like a bag of like really liquidy guacamole inside the avocado. But I chucked it and it exploded against a tree. It was pretty cool.
Someone says that I'm putting out a lot of gear videos for being not a gear guy. I don't do that many gear videos.
It's almost like gear videos get views.
When I don't even know what my last gear video was before the tarp thing. So
well, let's find out. Whoa. Let's see.
Holy cow. Toots was on a canoeing trip last weekend with Bits, and there were 60-kilometer winds in a canoe.
Really?
And he must have really wanted me to know that because he posted it 4 times. But
crazy.
So someone is asking, is Midwest Backpacker going to get a new and smaller pack? Oh, well, how did I get long here? There is a very good chance of that happening. I am thinking of getting a Light AF
40?
40, maybe a 35.
Really?
Liter pack. You know, now that I have this compression sack that I just bought, I went to REI today to buy a map of the Boundary Waters, and I came away with this nice compression sack, and it's really nice. This is the kind where the air can come out, but it's waterproof. And the problem that I have, if you look at my videos really closely, you'll see that my backpack a lot of times is off center.
Right.
And I think that's caused because I was stuffing like all my quilts and down and everything into this stuff sack, which is a 20 liter. And I had to buy 20 liter because the smaller ones are so long and tubular.
Oh, sure.
So this one's a little bit wider, but then I like squish it way down to maybe 6 liters. And I put it in my backpack sideways like this. And when it gets down there, it expands and it gets super tight down there. So I think that's what makes my arc and everything kind of off center, is just too much tension on the bottom.
I can see that.
So with that new compression sack, I'm thinking at least for the summertime, maybe I can get down to a 35 or a 40 liter because my arc haul in the summer is
Too
like
big.
half full.
Yeah, it's too big.
And I really like Light AF. I like the fabric that they have in Miyagi. You're the gear geek here. The fabric that pouch is on the back. It's a little bit nicer than the
I agree. I agree.
The junk drawer.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I never really liked the meshy pocket on the back of the Z-Packs bags. They just doesn't seem as.
I mean, it's real stretchy and I like it, but it just the Light AF the weave is a little tighter.
Yeah, on Z-Packs it's more like a netting, whereas the other is just more like a lycra kind of stretchy pocket.
And if Hunter on the Trail is here, he is actually an ambassador for Light AF. So
Ooh.
I'm sure. So Hunter and Miyagi are like the big. You three would just be excited when you meet each other because talking about gear,
right?
Because you know that super lightweight hammock that Miyagi made.
Yes,
he made that for Hunter.
Oh, what did Hunter think of that?
Well, they designed it together, and you should hear Trip says anytime those two get together, I just kind of go on my phone or something.
You zoned out.
It's like blah 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 blah. 4-way stretch, lycra mesh. On the front panel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You got it. Anyway,
that's better. It's more robust.
You just bought a couple of new backpacks, didn't you?
I bought. Yeah, I had a custom ULA circuit made for me. I also bought a Mountain Smith Zerk 40, and I'm probably gonna sell the Zerk 40. I didn't care for it that much, but I do have my eye on a different pack that I'll be looking at here pretty quick. But that'll be for summer and also for some of my international trips coming up. So
Rocky Raccoon was saying Light AF 40 full suspension has been on my list. Mm-hmm. I was actually looking at it though, and I'm actually leaning against getting the full suspension because without the suspension, it says the weight is about 25 pounds, and that's about what I'm at, and I can stay under that. So I think I could go a little bit lighter. It'll be a push, but I mean, anytime you go to a smaller backpack, you're a little bit worried about fitting everything, but you seem to make it work all the time. So
exactly.
And I mean, I've been putting my Crocs inside my backpack, so you put them on the outside, and there's 4 liters right there.
That's true. That's right. Rocky Raccoon, you're looking for a good 4-night hike suggestion, either in Wisconsin or Minnesota. I mean, obviously, Superior Hiking Trail in Minnesota. I mean, there's loops you could do. There's even shuttle services you can take so you can hike back to your car, that kind of thing. But if you're ever ready to come out to Superior Hiking Trail, hit us up. We can give you some pretty good sections, easier or challenging. And obviously, in Wisconsin, there's Ice Age Trail. There's North Country Trail.
Even if you want to go up to the Boundary Waters,
what I
was just on Sioux Hustler Trail is, I think it was 31 miles, and it's a loop.
Yeah.
So you could do that. One thing, if you haven't watched my Boundary Waters trip video, though, is canoers and Boundary Waters don't share campsites. So even though it may not be very busy and there aren't that many people on the trail, if you come to where a canoer came in, a lot of the campsites are taken. So if I go up there again, I'm gonna stop hiking at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon at that campsite.
Right.
Because also in the Boundary Waters, you can stay in the same campsite for up to 2 weeks.
Oh wow, really? So you can almost squat in there and just move to the next campsite, squat there, move back to the first squat.
Well, a lot of these people, they just they park there and they take their canoe out different angles.
Yep. Use it as a base camp. Yeah, I get it.
Raccoon Lake. Rocky Raccoon says Lake 11 for sure. So I've been to Lake 11 twice.
Is that where we went?
Yeah. Oh. Well, you didn't really hike it.
I hiked in
like a half a mile.
I had a backpack on.
Style.
I had a backpack on.
So Rob had to come in late, but the campsite was nice. The trail, average. In the spring, it was nicer than in late summer. Spring, when there weren't any leaves and you could actually see through the forest. Late summer, it was just kind of a green tunnel. But it was a good in and out. Miyagi went a little bit past that site later this summer with his daughter. so he knows a little bit more about that area. I don't know. So where is a good place for us to go? Where's a good place for us to go in late March? We've went Ozark Highland Trail a couple times.
Yeah, I still need to technically finish it. Well, I do anyway. So Ozark Highland Trail has been a trip we've taken in the springtime to get out of the cold and the snow here. So I know places like the Florida Trail's got some pretty cool stuff. You know, there's stuff down in Kentucky.
Snakes.
No, well, yeah, but
I don't like snakes.
they don't like you either, dude. Yeah, don't worry. But there's a lot of trails that we could probably do, you know, in the South to get out of this. So trail suggestions for us over what, 5 days, give or take, 4 days.
Yeah. Well, and you know, there's that 50-kilometer issue that I have towards. I don't know if we'll go in the middle of March or late March.
Right. Well, then that's 31. I mean, 31 miles. We could find that.
Can you do the Smokies that time of year? Red River Gorge. What are all those trails down?
Red River Gorge. You would think it'll be chilly, but it won't be snowy there, right?
Yeah, I don't care if it's cold as long as it isn't.
Yeah, we're Minnesotans.
As long as the footing
cold,
is good.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, says the two guys that were supposed to be camping tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jeanette, HangCon in January. Not that I know of. Sounds pretty cool. I'd check it out if I can.
I don't know. Every time I hear about one of those HangCon type things, I just think of like a bunch of 60-year-old guys with beards sitting around. Guys who don't backpack, they just like to talk about gear.
Yeah.
Hey, you fit in.
Exactly. All right. Well, I mean, so SA the first, Art Loeb Trail, the Foothills Trail. I've heard the Foothills Trail. I think it's in North Carolina. But I would like to hit the Red River Gorge. I almost went there last winter. I had a big fiasco. I was supposed to meet up with Jeremiah and John Kelly and Miyagi, but I ended up totaling my vehicle on that trip. So I couldn't make it to the Red River Gorge, but I'd like to get out there with those guys. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
You know,
so hey, we've been doing this for 71 minutes. I think it's time to wrap it up.
It probably is, because there's only so much of us you can stand, I am quite sure. So what do we got? Last one.
Wildlife here.
Bear bags. Drop bear.
Oh, Miyagi was asking me to tell people about my new food bag.
Okay. So
in the Grand Canyon, there aren't any bears, but there's a really bad rodent problem.
Yep.
So, and I was at REI today and I saw that they sell them there too.
Oh, they do. Okay.
What's it called? A rat
sack.
Rat sack. So it's actually just like a metal
stainless steel mesh.
Yeah.
Bag.
With a grommet on the top. And
yep.
I don't know if we're going to put that inside of like a bear locker or we're going to hang those or what.
I think as long as you suspend them somehow, some way, it's just harder for rodents to get in it. But what you want to do is put things in your regular food bag and then put it in the rat sack, and it'll protect your food from there. And obviously they suggest using like an op sack as well to keep the odors down from them. So
Miyagi just likes the fact that we say sack a lot.
Rat sack. Speaking of sacks, didn't something come popping through the other day? I think there was a taint shot that we may have gotten.
Oh yeah, Miyagi's moonshot. You should see the picture.
I was at work talking to my boss when he said that. I was like, oh, okay. Just a big hairy picture of a taint.
So I don't know why, but I gave Toots crap earlier about typing the same thing 4 times.
Yeah.
So now, like 4 times he's typed. Sorry, dude.
I know.
I only type it once.
Oh, that's
not
funny.
sure why it's doing that. Toots, are you smoking some of that legal weed?
Man, he is baked out of his brain right now, for sure.
I'm jealous.
With it, yeah. So.
All right. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
We'll
appreciate you watching the live version of this. I don't know if a live version is going to be a continual thing because it's not always the easiest thing to do. But if and when we do, we have some improvements to do. Audio is probably going to be a little bit better. But Chewing the Fat is something that we have a good time doing. But if there are any subjects you would like us to cover, leave those down in the comments of this area of this video. Feel free to stop by his house, knock on his door at 5 in the morning, and tell him some good suggestions as well of any kind of chewing the fat, topics.
Did I mention I have 4 large dogs?
Sure you do.
All right.
That's funny.
Anyway, all right. Hope we'll see you around, and we'll see you on the trail.
Enjoy the weekend. Be good. Be safe. You forgot to say hit like and subscribe, blah, 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 blah.